intro.
I know what's first.
Good, because last week...
Because I'm staring right at the bullet points. Welcome back to the Bonsai Movie Crew. Another week. Let's see. Let's jump right into it. Who's with me today? Matt?
The same people every week.
I know. It's only the fourth week. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, so Matt's with us, a.k.a. Tarantino.
I don't want that to stick.
It probably won't. Ducky Tarantino.
Ducky Tarantino.
That might stick.
That might stick.
Also over here with us is Karen.
Hello.
Not Ducky Tarantino.
I like the Ducky, not so much about the Tarantino.
And yours truly, Joseph. Alrighty. Let's get into a little bit of news. First off, Karen went off and made us a goddamn Twitter account. Because I told her to.
Yep, I did.
But
Therefore,
it's all set up.
You sounded real angry about it.
I did. No, we feel like it's
He's
the
on
best
my
way.
ass about it, and then he doesn't even care that I did it.
Well, no, I do care. We'll both be controlling it and all that good stuff. So that'll be what's our handle? Twitter handle?
I don't know.
Isn't it at Movie Crew?
I think
or
so.
Bonsai Crew? Sorry.
Hold on.
Bonsai_crew.
Hold on. Yeah, Bonsai Crew.
At Bonsai just crew.
At Bonsai_crew.
Bonsai_crew. You heard it right there. So get on your Twitters, your twatters, your Twitter twatters, Twitter twatters, and look us up. It's at Bonsai_crew. That is BONSAI _.
We're not doing Bonsai.
CREW.
CREW.
We're not doing
No, we're not doing it with a Z because that's my name thing. So I figured I'd stick with actual spelling bonsai like it's actually spelled. Okay, anyway, so, and then we still haven't gotten the Facebook up, but I will be working on that here soon.
The Book of Many Faces.
It's been a busy week, man. I got a lot going on. I do. I'm busy. I'm a busy
I thought I
guy.
was going to get to see my niece and nephew, and I did. The mom came and picked them up before.
Oh. So, also in a little bit of news here, apparently there's a little bit of a controversy, and we all knew this was coming with the Little Mermaid, the live-action Little Mermaid that's coming out here. We all saw that coming. It's no surprise.
I watched the preview and disliked it.
It's not even that I don't
get it.
I don't care.
It's a fucking mermaid.
Yeah.
They're not real anyway.
Yeah, it's not. I don't care. Like,
I don't think that they should have race swapped Ariel. I think they should just made new Ariel. But I just
that's
did it.
exactly what they did.
But
No.
It's Ariel.
No, they
a new
race
Ariel.
swapped her.
but like
no.
but like in the story, there's no real description. I think she had blonde hair.
Yeah, in the story she had blonde hair.
Yeah, she had blonde hair, and like, I mean, who fucking cares?
Well, Disney swaps those stories all around, anyways.
That's what I'm saying. So who
They're trying to
fucking
say-
cares?
they're trying
The
to stay
mermaid is
relevant.
fake anyway, so who cares? Where
Yeah,
the
I could
color
care
of the
less.
skin is.
I could
My
care
big
less.
things about it, though, is Disney needs to stop making these live-action movies because they're not even really making live-action movies. They're just taking the cartoon and turning it into a CGI cartoon.
That's true.
Because they're not using anything that's like real people except for like maybe models.
Except
It
you can't
takes
really
away
put-
from
you
a
can't
lot of
really
the
put a
charm,
person- But you can't really put a person in the ocean.
It's like
for
I
that
said,
long.
though,
They'll
man.
die.
Yes.
Thanks for
Waterworld.
pointing that out, Karen.
I'm just saying.
Waterworld had some really big issues, and it only took place on the ocean, not in the
You
ocean.
should watch Waterworld.
Oh, crap. I don't know. That movie's kind of a catastrophe.
That movie's
I've never seen it.
really.
It's very wet. There's a lot of water in it.
I like Kevin Costner though. So.
I do
Well, I mean,
too.
I like Kevin Costner too, but I never had any interest, and then I heard it was really bad, so I just never.
It's
watched
not that it's really bad. It was a box office bomb. It took him
Yeah,
for
but that doesn't
and like
necessarily mean anything.
production was a fucking mess. I think somebody died
Really?
during the filming.
I didn't know that.
I think it was like I think it was a wave runner accident or some kind.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I didn't know.
But yeah, it was a disaster. The whole production was a disaster.
I didn't know.
But anyway, so the Little Mermaid trailer, I mean, every boy my age especially, grew up with the hots for Ariel, the cartoon. And I don't care what race she is. It doesn't bother me. She's a fucking mermaid.
Yeah.
Who cares?
The only reason I didn't really like the reason I didn't like the trailer and I put a dislike was because it didn't it needed to show more.
Well, it's just a teaser.
It's just a teaser. But the way I see it is everybody sits back, oh man, you're taking away my childhood, you're ruining my child. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. If you don't like it, go watch the old one.
That's a fair point.
If you don't like the new one, go watch the old one since you like it so much. You don't have to like the new one. You don't have to like what they do. Just fucking get over it and go on about your day.
I have a question, though. So they want to remake all this stuff, right? That's what Hollywood does now, apparently, right? They remake everything.
There's no new ideas.
And nothing's original.
That's fine, okay? If they want to remake stuff because they have no new ideas, that's cool. But I've got an idea. I've got a great idea. There are a lot of movies back in the day that were total dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been good.
But
could have been good.
I agree with that.
So why not remake them motherfuckers?
And do something better with those.
Instead of doing these movies that have high following and, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of movies out there man, it had a really good concept, just the execution was bad.
Yeah, take a really bad movie that could have been good.
Yeah.
And do something with that. There's a concept.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that have bad practical effects, and now with the technology we have and stuff, you could make the practical effects better, or even just use CGI if you don't use too much CGI.
Or even just not even effects, just a bad script, but it came from something that people really liked.
Yeah.
Or all kinds of stuff.
What was that goddamn movie with Christian Bale? Equilibrium?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but let's face it, it hasn't aged well.
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Hasn't aged well. The what they call gunkraft in it looks stupid. It looks dumb.
Maybe you look dumb.
Oh, well, that's why we do this and not video. But anyway, so I think that would be something worth remaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it hasn't aged well.
Yeah, you could update certain movies that didn't age well. You could update movies that were just dog shit that people really had high hopes for. I mean, why do you keep remaking these movies that have high followings, did really well already?
Yeah, why are you destroying franchises that?
Well, this is mostly Disney. Disney's taking franchises that it already owns, properties that it already owns.
Disney owns everything.
They do too. They own almost everything at this point.
Yeah.
Most of the TV networks you watch, Disney owns them. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't even think that they own them, but they do. They actually own parts of DC and everything, even. So
yeah.
But anyway, I think I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's true. Because I think they own parts of WB, Warner Brothers.
I know they own Marvel.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, they own
DC
Marvel.
Then,
they own Marvel. They own.
I don't think they legally can own all of DC though. I think that he's right. They've got.
I think they have their
midst.
Oh yeah, they have their.
They have. I think they own NBC
because that's a monopoly.
Yeah, they own a bunch of different.
It's funny with these whole monopoly laws that they got, but then all these people, what these people are doing that have monopolies is they're just buying other businesses under different names.
No, they find ways around it.
Yeah, there's always a loophole. But anyway, so that's that. I don't have a lot of news this week. But I don't know. I could care less about the Little Mermaid movie. I don't care about these live action remakes. I think they're all they don't have the charm.
They're just a money grab.
Yeah, they don't have the charm. So there was all this praise for the Lion King movie, and I hated it. So
I never watched it.
It wasn't good. It just wasn't the same. It was shot for shot as the same as the fucking
shot for shot
cartoon, only without the charm.
Yeah, see,
the only one I wanted to see was Mulan. I never actually got to see it.
I never watched that one either. I don't care enough.
If it's shot for shot, I don't really give a shit what the format is. I'm not into it.
Right, yeah. I can't.
Give your own spin or don't do it at all.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree. So anyway, all right, moving on. Let's get into the What Have You Been Watching segment. Matt, what have you been watching?
Well, my week's been kind of boring. I haven't really watched any movies. I started watching Gravity Falls, which is a cartoon. And then
Matt really likes his cartoons.
I do. And then I have been watching a lot of SWAT, the show SWAT. I don't know if you've ever.
Isn't that like based off of the movie or something, or the movies or something?
It's about an LA SWAT team, and Shamar Moore's in it, and that's the only reason I really watch it.
Yeah, it's a spinoff of the movie SWAT.
No, it's not.
It's got it does. It has Colin Farrell and all that in it. The show isn't the same thing, but it's based off of that.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Google it. Yeah, Google it.
I'm not going to Google it.
I didn't
know that.
I'm going to Google it.
I didn't know that. I just thought it was a good show.
Google it and find out, because that's what I did about Eurotrip last week. And I
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it.
I don't think it's because it's about a team in LA, and like this Colin Farrell one wasn't like the team turned on each other. I only watched this because it's Shamar Moore, and I like Shamar Moore. I liked him in Criminal Minds. He was one of my favorite characters in Criminal Minds.
You know, one of my favorite parts in Criminal Minds is when he calls, what's her face, baby girl.
Penelope?
Yeah, he calls her, and he's like, "You're on speakerphone, behave." And she's like, "What are you gonna do, spank me?" And he's like...
Penelope's one of my favorite. It's my favorite characters are Penelope, Shamar Moore, and
so what it is the CBS show SWAT is a reboot. Apparently, I didn't know this, of the 1970s drama with a nod to the 2003 film remake.
Oh, okay.
So it is within that same thing.
Okay, I had no idea that, but anyways, I like the show. It's a good show. It's got a good amount of action in it. And like I said, I really like Shamar Moore. I think he's a good actor.
He is. I don't know who he is.
You've had to have watched Criminal Minds at least once or twice.
Sure.
He's the black guy who's the
FBI
guy.
Yeah. I know.
Bald.
Yeah.
Used to be. He got
that good-looking dude.
Yeah. I got kind of a man crush on him.
You got a man crush on him?
He's a good-looking dude.
I don't blame him. He's a good-looking dude.
and like I said, I think he's a really good actor. And if he's in something, I usually start to see it. The only thing I didn't watch is Where You Got to Start, which is soap operas.
He's got a
go
face.
Back and get caught up.
He's got a face for soap operas, though, man. I mean, he's a good-looking dude.
Like, that's where he got to start. I think was soap operas. My mom said that she thinks it's Young and Restless.
I have no idea, man.
But yeah, he was also last week. I guess he. I don't know if it was
secure next week's movie.
Oh, I thought you were. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get.
Oh, you're trying to buy the movie?
No, I'm trying to find out if we have it, and then if we don't, what are we doing about it? He's already bought it.
He already bought the fucking movie. I already got it.
That's what happens. Like Karen's just like, Jeremiah, do we got this now?
We do now.
Yeah, because like I don't know what we have, so I have to ask. And then he's like, we don't have it, and I'm like, okay. So then he's like, I already have it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Sweet. Me, I just get online and find it somewhere.
I usually go through what I have, because I have a big thing of just DVDs, and I usually pick a movie that I haven't watched in a while that I think's good.
DVDs. Nice name drop.
I'm sorry. I got rid of all my VHSs.
Oh wow. Name drop.
I had 2 VHS.
Next thing you know, he's going to be saying Laserdisc.
I had Laserdisc. Back in the day.
I remember going to your grandma's house once to watch the
Laserdisc
of Amityville Horror.
I've never seen a Laserdisc in my life.
We used to have Laserdisc at my grandma's house.
Never seen one. I don't think they got big enough.
The best thing is like when you're in the middle of the movie and then it says turn
disc over.
So like you have to get up.
These things are like the size of like records and shit.
Yeah, they're record size.
Huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
All
it's
right.
like a big CD. Yeah.
Okay, Karen, what have you been watching?
So this week, I actually watched a lot of stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
she's like, I want to fill up this segment.
No, so like, I just actually had some time this week. So I watched The Lost City.
Wait.
That's Daniel Radcliffe, Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah. That was actually a good movie.
It was really good.
Yeah,
I was surprised that it was as good. And surprisingly,
I like Channing Tatum.
I didn't know Brad Pitt was in it.
Yeah,
and that was the best thing about it.
Yeah,
because like I was like, man, this guy's like, how did I not know he was in it? He's like, he's killing it. And then
yeah, he's not in it very long, isn't he?
No.
He's only got about 5 minutes of screen time.
No, so I really like that movie, and I have to read this Reddit post about Daniel Radcliffe because it's definitely my favorite thing that I've ever read about Daniel Radcliffe. So, it's a movie premise that someone has come up with for Daniel Radcliffe, sort of. So it says, I want Terry Crews and Vin Diesel to do a buddy cop movie where they're both secret nerds, but they don't want the other one to know. So, like, Vin Diesel plays D&D on the weekends, and Terry likes to create epic crossover fan art.
Hold on now. For one, Vin Diesel actually does play D&D.
That's true. That's all true. Yeah. That's where they came up with the idea. So, yes, that's all true. But the thing that they came up with is that they don't want each other to know.
Yeah.
It's a secret. Okay?
Oh, but they're cops with each other?
Yeah. And somehow they have to work undercover at Comic-Con. And for whatever reason, I need Daniel Radcliffe to be the villain. But wait. I want to add on. This is where it keeps going. Not a character played by Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe appearing as himself.
But he's a villain as himself.
But wait. No, I changed my mind again. I want Elijah Wood to play Daniel Radcliffe. No, wait, I've changed my mind again.
I want Elijah.
No, wait, this is the best one. I've changed my mind again. Elijah Wood plays Daniel Radcliffe, and his evil sidekick is Elijah Wood, played by Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah.
I would watch that.
Who wrote that?
Some Reddit person.
Some guy on Reddit, huh?
Yeah, so...
All right.
Yeah, hilarious. That reminded me about that, so I thought I would share that here.
That's fucking great,
I would watch that.
We need more stuff like that on our podcast.
Yeah, so...
Some fucking fan theories here.
I'm telling you, that was freaking hilarious.
See, that's fan-made... Good. That's good shit. That's what they need to be selling to Hollywood right now.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if somebody made that movie.
You make that movie, because I'd watch it, dude. Especially with Terry Crews. I love Terry Crews.
Shit, where he bounces his boobs all the time.
I fucking love that guy, dude. He was like the best thing in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No doubt.
Actually, he's the best thing in everything. Like, even if you've ever seen Gamer.
No, I haven't seen that.
You've never seen Gamer? Huh. Oh, man, that's a good one. But he's one of the bad guys in that. And even that, dude, he kills it in that. Like, he's crazy, but he's like a funny crazy.
It doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing. Great, dude. I love that guy.
The other thing I watched was a movie with Brad Pitt. I told Matt a little bit about this. It was one of his first movies, and it was his first horror movie. It was called Cutting Class, and it was like 89. And it's total like 80s cheese. It had Roddy McDowall, Jill Schoenlin, and she was in like The Stepfather Popcorn. She's kind of like a B-rated scream queen. I mean,
what's her name?
Jill Schoenlin. You'd know her. She was also in Babes in Toyland. That was probably one of the non-horror movies she's done. You'd know her if you saw her.
Wait, that's not a porn?
I was gonna say.
That sounds like a porn.
No, it had Keanu Reeves in it. Way back in the day, it was one of his first movies too.
So it wasn't a porn. Saying, Sylvester Stallone's first movie was a softcore porn.
No, it was not. So the two things that I want to bring to your attention about this movie was so Roddy McDowall at one point is you guys remember that Chiquita banana mascot? At one point they had like the fruit,
the banana fruit on her head.
Yeah. At one point in time, you see Roddy McDowall like that. Except it's a wig. Like he's just walking around in a wig that's like that. No explanation.
It has no point in the movie. It's just, okay.
He's just walking around in a wig like that.
All right.
And the end scene when like they get the killer and like the killer's like thrown up against this thing. There's just blood everywhere. There's like blood everywhere, blood going everywhere, and the fucking janitor walks in and he looks at like the two survivors and he like looks over here at this like other guy who's like, dying. And he's like, what is this, survival class? It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I highly recommend it. The best thing ever. And as far as shows, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building.
I haven't seen the new. I've seen the first season. I haven't seen the second season.
I just started the first season, so like.
Okay.
Yeah, I just started. I'm only on episode 3.
I watched the first season last year whenever it came out, and it was pretty great. Like, we got really addicted to it fast.
I am a huge fan of Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah, they're
all
great.
of their old stuff.
And even Selena Gomez is pretty awesome in the show. I was surprised. I thought she was going to get on my nerves, but I
thought so too. I thought she was going to be annoying, but I really like her.
Yeah, she's really good. She's really good.
I heard Stephen Martin is a jerk in real life.
Steve Martin?
No,
Steve Martin?
No.
I believe it. I can see
don't
it.
believe that for
I
a
could see
hot
it.
minute at all.
He was the guy who played the jerk, right? In that movie, The Jerk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard he's not a nice guy.
I don't believe it.
I do. I can
I don't
see
believe
that.
it.
He looks
You're
like
both
a dick.
full of shit.
He looks like a pretentious prick.
You're both full of shit.
But I'll keep watching him as long as he stays
The
funny.
Jerk is absolutely one of my favorite movies.
Oh, is it?
Have you
Well, look at Chevy Chase is a dick too, and he's.
Have you guys ever seen The
I've
Jerk?
never heard
No, I don't think so.
Not since I was young.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He
maybe
gets
whenever I was young.
adopted when he's like a baby to this black family, and Steve Martin, is white.
Very.
And so he grows up into an adult, and she finally tells him, she's like, Naven, you were adopted. And he's like, you mean I'm going to stay this color?
God damn. Oh my god.
It's hilarious. It's a great movie. I highly recommend you should watch it. Hilarious.
That's great. You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
That reminds me.
He's white too. He's like the whitest white guy.
That reminds me of this story I heard. It was this little girl, and her mom and her dad were all tatted up, and she asked when her tattoos were going to come in.
Oh.
That's funny.
Alrighty then.
What about you, Joseph? What have you been watching?
Oh boy. Well, we started watching the old Pokemon series, me and the kids. So that's one thing. We've been watching that. Usually
And I'm the one who loves cartoons.
I watch cartoons and stuff like that with the kids. And
Just so everybody knows, I watch cartoons, and I don't have.
he doesn't have kids. No, we've been watching that. Usually we watch an episode at dinner time or something every day. And then, oh boy, what have I watched? Of course, I've been watching House of the Dragon every week.
I've heard that's pretty good.
It is very good. This last episode kind of almost felt like a filler out. I didn't really care for it. There was a brothel involved, and it didn't hit home for me. Just didn't hit home for me.
Brothel didn't do it for you?
No, the brothel didn't do it for me.
Oh, man.
And then what else have I been watching? We just started watching a series. Hey.
Bless you.
I turned away, so probably that.
You better.
Well, no, they usually come in numbers after 1, 2 or 3.
Everything comes in
I was
numbers
going to
after
say,
one.
everything comes in numbers after 1.
Well,
Yeah, we know. So anyway, so I've been watching Pokemon with the kids, and obviously I watched this movie here. Man, I haven't really had a lot of time for movies and shows here
It's
the
like we
past.
flip-flopped.
Huh?
I haven't
Yeah.
had free time this
I've been
weekend.
so busy with the house and all kinds of other stuff. Plus working.
I'm just lazy.
Well, I swear to God, there was a series that we just started that we really, really liked.
That's why I have to write all this stuff
I know,
down, or
man.
would
Well,
forget.
I watch so much stuff throughout the weeks and stuff that I sometimes forget. There's a new movie we just watched. What did we just watch?
Do you remember what it was about or anything?
No, I mean, there's like a movie that was new that just came out that we just watched, and for the life of me, I can't remember what the hell it was. I told you guys that we watched Nope. Sorry, man, my mind's just not here this week. Jeez, man, I've been tired. Hold on a minute, let me see what we got. Oh yeah, duh! I watched a new Thor movie.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I
The new Thor movie. Huh?
I heard that's bad.
It's good. It's not. I wouldn't say it's bad by any means. The music's pretty epic.
It's that Love and Thunder one, right?
Yeah, the Love and Thunder one. I just don't like that they brought Jane Foster back. Nothing against Natalie Portman. I like Natalie Portman. I just didn't like that they brought her back. I don't know if you guys. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. She dies, and it's kind of disappointing because I'm like, why the fuck you bring her back just to kill her off?
That's a pretty big spoiler.
Sorry, I said spoiler alert before I said it. But also, just like the music, the ending was very, very endearing, and I like that. So, like the
you
ending.
think saying spoiler alert helps?
Yeah.
Okay. Just asking for
I mean,
a friend.
For who?
whoever's listening that's pissed about it.
Oh,
I wasn't going to watch
somebody
it.
Who listens to us and they're like, damn it.
I really don't care, but I'm sure there's somebody out there was like, you son of a bitch.
Motherfucker, you just ruined it for me.
I was going to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out on Disney Plus for like a week or two now, so if you haven't watched, or it's been over a week. Actually, I think it just came out. Yeah, it'll be a week tomorrow.
Some people are busy.
Yeah, maybe.
Some people don't have money for stupid, useless things.
Like Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so go watch it. I don't know, dude.
Well, not now. You get with.
It's not the
not
most
even worth it
important
now.
part. Honestly, the best part of that whole movie was Christian Bale and seeing Chris Hemsworth naked.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, not like, you don't see his junk or nothing, but you see his butt. He got a nice butt. I'm not gay or nothing, but I got a thing for Chris Hemsworth. That dude is
your man
That
crush?
dude is fucking handsome,
there
dude.
was once
Yeah.
a guy that walked down the street and asked me if he could have a quarter. I was like, "Nah, man, I don't got a quarter." And I was like, "If I did, I'd let you have it." And he goes, "Oh, I believe you, man. You're handsome. You're a handsome dude. I'm not gay or anything, so don't." I was like, "Okay." No. It was kind of weird. It was
Matt, it's like story time with Matt. Like, Jesus Christ. All right, so that's what I've been watching. Okay.
I don't got much going on in my life, man.
Apparently.
Just people calling him handsome.
Yeah, just guys calling him handsome. Can you hear that? Shut the fuck up, cricket. Grasshopper?
That's probably a cricket.
How you know?
Telepathy.
Is he talking to you right now? All right, so anyway, so that's pretty much what I've been watching. Let's get going. Let's move into the movie. This week we are reviewing Knights of Badassdom, starring Ryan Quanten, Peter Dinklage, and Steve Zahn. Directed by Joe Lynch, rated R, and at 86 minutes in length.
And I'm going to tell you, Peter Dinklage was the best character.
Oh, for sure.
I loved his. My mom made me that space.
I know. That was my favorite part. All right, Karen's gonna shoot the synopsis at us here.
I'm reading the synopsis. So, 3 best friends and dedicated role players take to the woods to reenact a Dungeons and Dragons-like scenario as a live-action role-playing game. Trouble arises when a prop spellbook purchased from the internet ends up being a genuine grimoire, and they unwittingly conjure up a bloodlusting succubus from hell.
Who happens to look like his ex-girlfriend.
Now, I'm telling you, that's the best way to get over an ex.
Kill the bitch.
Like, if you conjure up a fucking succubus and she's killing everybody, and you see that girl, like, 2 or 3 weeks from now, you're going to be like, oh, fuck you, I'm over you.
They should have done that for the ending.
Yeah, like he runs into her like 2 weeks later, and he's like, "Oh fuck!"
He just like punches her in the face and runs away.
Yeah, like you'd be over that person in like 2 seconds flat.
I feel like I gotta say this. One of my things is after you see the girl who Summer something and she was in Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
She was a Terminator.
Yeah, she was a Terminator.
And her name's Summer something, but I feel that I should just say I was actually going to write down. Not realistic because she was in it and she was a hot girl at a LARP thing, and then I realized what I was watching.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's not. It's got a giant succubus in it. Dude.
Yeah.
So, like, did anybody else think like Ryan Quanten? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like if you took Ryan Reynolds and Carrie Elwes and like mashed them together.
I always liked him as an actor.
Who is this?
Yeah,
because he was
the
on.
guy that played Joe. The main guy.
I hated his character. I hated him. He's such a baby.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
He's crying because his girlfriend broke up with him.
His girlfriend from high school, dude.
Wah!
He was in love.
Who gives a crap? Get over it.
Just so you're all aware, Matt is in fact single.
Well, I'm just gonna throw this out there for anybody who gives a shit. If you're with somebody for like years and years and years, and then it's over, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
I know I've been through it, but still, he needs the nut up
Not that fucking fast. Not that fucking fast.
Not the day of. Yeah, not the day of.
Like hours later, not up.
He did. I mean, he moved on pretty fast though.
Come on, she was a
bitch. Yeah.
Okay, sure. She was a bitch, but she was his bitch for a little while.
Maybe that's what kept his ass in check. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just he moved on really fast for somebody who was so upset about his
She
lady.
was a fucking succubus. I'd get over her real fast too.
That's true. No, he was already hitting on that other girl before the succubus thing even.
He's a fucking guy though.
That's true.
I don't hit on every girl I come across, and I'm a guy.
But then again, dude, if I was out playing some D&D and I saw a girl like that playing D&D, like LARP, I'd
she
like...
kind of looked like Sigourney Weaver, like a really young Sigourney Weaver. You ever seen her when she was real young?
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver was hot back in the day, too.
Oh, yeah, and Alien.
She's still kind of pretty for an old lady.
Like more like when she was in high school.
I've never seen her from high school.
I got you.
But Sigourney Weaver, I know.
I already got mine.
What is it?
With schools.
Fucking schools.
Every day.
Every fucking day.
I think they did this to us last time we were...
No, every day. Like, and you'll get smoke signals next, and they need, they need your attention.
Yeah. So anyway, I have, so the best part about this is the fact that, for one, Brian Posehn, I don't know if anybody knows who that is. He's a,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's her.
Okay.
Don't that look like her?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I think it looks like her.
The eyes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the eyes and the nose.
Yeah. So I love the fact that this is a very metal based. This is definitely targeted.
That doom metal,
this is very much targeted at your most hardcore old school
LARPer,
D&D and LARP guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could see, like, Brian Posehn is in the beginning of this movie, and I don't know why they didn't just leave him in the rest of the movie, because he's fucking hilarious.
He's in a lot of movies that involve heavy metal.
Yeah, he's a metalhead. He's a big metalhead. But I love the fact that, like, this whole thing is evolved around, like, this doom metal, and the fact that this dude, who you can tell obviously in real life is not a metalhead.
Yeah,
he's not a metalhead in real life. I guarantee it. And if he is, I have so much more respect for him, because that scene at the end of the movie where he actually fights the succubus with metal music and, like, as
I have
Peter
questions
Dinklage
about that though.
I don't even care. It was fucking awesome.
No, it was metal as hell.
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
But, like, how did that work exactly?
I have no idea.
I just think it's funny that bad singing kills monsters.
It's not bad singing. It was the gem.
That was good singing. That was
pretty awful.
That fucking doom metal? Fuck off.
Dude, it was awesome. I don't care what you say. That was great.
But,
dude.
like, the only thing
Stop Tarantinoing the shit out of this movie.
The only thing that makes sense for that, though, like, is that the only thing you needed was the gem.
Yeah.
And music.
Yeah.
So, if that was the case, that makes sense. But then why was everybody so scared of the book then? Like,
yeah, what was the
if
whole
I
point?
can just pull that gem out of my ass and sing a song,
shit. Go away, demon!
But then, like, what summons them then?
Right.
What fucking summons them? Like, fucking nursery rhymes? Like, what?
And why do you need the pentagram? What's the point of that?
I don't get it. Like, so if the book was supposed to summon and get rid of them with certain spells,
there's a lot of things about this movie that I was like unsure of.
I just didn't get.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about this movie, and I'm like,
like when they're doing the little thing with the, like, none of them find it weird that they got thrown back when they were done. Like, one guy gets thrown to the ground, like, even they don't find it weird.
I don't know if I was the main character and I saw a bunch of faces and shit flying at me from the sky, and the sky opened up, I think I'd be a little freaked out, like, dude, what the hell was that? Look, that was really good pyrotechnics, huh? No, those were some smoke bombs and some shit happened in the sky. You know, like...
No, and you know the other problem I had, okay, and I love this movie. I'm not denying it, okay. I love this movie, but, like, so the only guy that could read and, like, understand this book was that Ronnie guy, right? Oh, he's always a douchebag.
Yeah, he's always a.
But, like,
he's in Westworld too,
right? Yeah, Ronnie. He's the only one that could read it and all that, right? So how the fuck did Steve Zahn do a damn thing with it?
I don't know.
Like, if he can't read it or do any, like, so what? Like, if I'm looking at I'm looking at Chinese writing, I'm not going to be able to summon a demon with it.
I don't understand that either.
I also don't know why the DM guy has no backstory about why he knows of this book.
He explained it. I don't.
He
remember
said
what
he got it from.
but
He said I got it from the internets.
No,
that's what he said. The internet.
He's saying Ronnie never explained how he knew Enochian, but yes, he did. And I don't remember what he said.
Oh,
yeah. I don't remember hearing why he knew so much about this book.
But he always plays a dick though. Like even in Always Sunny, where he's like a McPoyle and like a total creepy guy, he's still a dick.
I remember him. He was in the first season of Westworld, and he wasn't a dick in Westworld. He was like kind of the your everyday nice guy in Westworld.
Really?
Yeah, he did a really good job. Actually, the first season of Westworld is really good. I never watched it past that though, but I mean it's still on, so it must be doing well.
Yeah,
but
I have to ask though, like how many people come across like a woman covered in blood in the middle of the woods, and they're just like, let me walk up to her, or or like even the lesbian, just like, but the lesbian really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna walk up and you're gonna start kissing her, and you're not gonna know that that's real blood.
Yeah, that was one of my things.
Why are you gonna make a mess of yourself with the blood anyway? Even if it was fake, why would you want to do that?
I mean,
like, hold on now, you need to clean that shit off your face. You go kissing me.
I guess I don't get it. Like you see it, I don't care if if you've got like vampire larpers or whatever, like. I'm not talking. No, it's not your weekend, so something's wrong.
I don't know. I just think that there's a lot of things about this movie that I didn't care for. But I will say the one thing that I did in fact appreciate and love was Peter Dinklage. Because goddamn it, that motherfucker was tripping balls the entire time, and it was fantastic. Yeah. He said, how did he say it? He goes. There be monsters afoot in need of pummeling. He said, I got an ounce of shrooms, and there be monsters afoot in need of pummeling. And I'm like, yes, I love this guy. Like,
do you know that Peter Dinklage, like, he refuses to take, like, little people roles, even at the beginning, like when he was first starting out.
Yeah.
Like in this movie, like you notice how like he wasn't an elf, he wasn't like he was a fucking knight.
Right.
Like he refuses to do that.
He even also from what I heard before he did Game of Thrones, he refused to grow a beard because he was a dwarf.
And the thing that I never understood about that is that there's people in his own community, like the little people community, that hate him for it.
Oh, they do, yeah.
And I don't really understand that. Like, wouldn't you feel like that's kind of like helping?
Yeah,
they hate him for it because he can get work, and because who was it? The guy from WWE, the little dude.
The one that did the Leprechaun movie?
Yeah, he was in the Leprechaun movie. It's not Seamus.
His name, he's no, that's what he was called in it. No, Seamus is the guy.
Yeah, it's not Seamus. It's
something. Oh gosh, what is?
I can't remember his name, but apparently, so they're getting ready to do the Snow White movie or something like that, and
it had something to do with that. I remember
the Snow White movie, and they are doing something with they live in a cave instead of a house, and Peter Dinklage came out and protested against that because of he says it's
demeaning.
Demeaning to them or whatever, blah blah blah.
That's the only work that they're offered.
But that guy came out and said that
Peter Dinklage
don't speak for all of us in a community where it's hard enough for us to find work.
Yeah.
Then let's not diminish the work that we do have.
I remember hearing about that.
So he was pretty upset about that, and I understand.
There's good points on either side.
Right, I do.
But I guess he can't really get mad at Peter's point, or he can't really get mad at for the reasons that
I
Peter
feel like it was
I
like Peter Dinklage, but I also felt like that was kind of him taking advantage of a society where things like that are constantly spoken out about. And I think that he was just trying to kind of step into that limelight a little bit. And
I don't think he was trying
I get what you're saying.
I don't think he was trying to do anything bad. I think he just decided to speak out about it, and it was taken wrong, and basically it was something that he wanted to say, and people took it and run with it and ended up making it look like bad. No, he was just saying his opinion.
Right. It is what it is. I mean, little people are always going to get the work that they want and deserve, as long as the work is there. You know what I mean? Like, if there's, anytime they do a Snow White movie, there's always going to be little people in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just, whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
Whatever. It's just, everybody's, look at me! You hate us! We're offended!
Anytime you make that voice and you say, look at me, I always think, I'm Leatherface!
Look at me, I'm Leatherface!
Also, yeah, so nobody find it weird that they got thrown back after the spell.
No.
And then also, one of the reasons I didn't like Joe is he took his girl breaking up with him harder than he did his friend dying.
I had an issue. I had a pretty big issue with that. Like, he didn't seem to care. I even wrote that down. I was like, he didn't seem to care too much about his friend dying.
But to be fair, you're kind of in survival mode at that point.
I don't care, dude.
Dude, I'm sorry, Karen. I love you, but I'm going to be more upset that you died. Yeah. I'm going to be more upset.
If I'm in the middle of trying to survive and, like, I come upon your body, I'm going to be sad.
She's not a real friend.
But I'm going to try and survive, and then I'm going to be really sad once I'm survived.
She's not a true friend. I'd mourn right there on the spot, dude.
You wouldn't. Shut up.
I would.
You'd be right.
I'd hold your hand and be like, you are great to me, and I love you, and I'd cry and I'd
And that's
sob.
why Joseph would meet you in heaven right afterward, and I'd be
It's funny that you think he would end up in heaven.
Fair enough.
What the fuck, man?
I'm just saying, biblically, dude,
I took it back, dude. I would not mourn at all.
Which I don't want anybody to mourn for me.
Oh, good. That's not going to happen, so fuck you.
But, like, this movie had some, like, legit terrifying moments. Like, that part with Peter Dinklage where he dies and, like, that whole bathroom scene. And, like, that was, like, legit terrifying.
There's some pretty good gore in this, too.
Yeah.
But also, I do got a problem with when the girl was walking through the bathroom, the succubus was walking through the bathroom. Anybody else know she didn't take the knife out of her leg?
She did when she went to stab him with it.
When she was in the bathroom,
She's a fucking demon. She don't feel it. She don't care.
No, that's not true. Succubus would still feel that.
But I'm sure she doesn't care.
You do know that this is a comedy, like a fictional comedy, right?
I'm just saying, dude.
I mean, the fact that she can't feel that knife is the least of my concerns.
If you're going to go with the whole, it's just a movie thing, we're going to have a problem when I tell you what my problem with the end was.
We'll get there.
I already said what my problem was. I mean...
But also, the demon at the end, I don't think was a succubus. I think it turned into something else. Because didn't it have a big, like...
the big mouth thing in its chest
it wasn't a succubus. It was like
there's a
higher rank demon or something.
Yeah, there's a Japanese demon that has that look to it.
Because remember, he said you made it transform.
Yeah, you made it transform.
Yeah.
Did anybody else think that looked like a ghoulie? You guys remember ghoulies?
Yes, I thought the same thing.
The face looked like a ghoulie. It looked like a giant ghoulie.
It took me a minute to realize who Ghoulies was, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. I remember the later Ghoulie movies, and it put me in the mind of one of those. Because I think in one of them, there was a giant ghoulie.
Yeah, there was a giant ghoulie. I think it was like number 3.
Yeah, something like that. But I gotta say, though, I think the main gripe that I have about this movie is they should have completely taken out the one girl, the love interest at the LARP thing. They should have They should have completely taken her out and concentrated on the friendship between the 3 guys. I think that would have made the movie more endearing.
You know what?
More fun.
I agree.
Because, and then at the end, and not kill off Peter Dinklage's character. You know what I mean?
No, and this is the reason why I don't agree with that. I think that the end scene with the music and all that was made way more epic with him coming down and fighting that bitch.
Oh, yeah, if they were all... Yeah, if it was more about them.
Yeah,
I think they killed Peter Dinklage off a little too fast also.
I agree, but, him being the one that killed her and the way that they did it with him coming down and being the one that killed her in that big epic battle made it way more badass than if they were all alive... Or you know what I'm saying? I thought that just made it way more badass.
I think that you're right. That probably would have been more badass if like I said, there was no love interest.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'd take her out.
You saw more of the 3 friends interacting and being more like friends.
Yeah, she didn't really add much to the
They start the first part out of the movie like that. Mm-hmm. These 3 guys, these 2 guys are like, let's get him fucked up, get him really high and drunk. He'll pass out. We'll take him with us. That was their plan, and that worked until they got there, and then once they got to the LARPing thing, they just don't really interact that much anymore.
Right.
And that bothered me. So, that was the biggest gripe that I had about the movie. If they would have had these 3 like show their relationship a little bit better as friends and stuck together. You know what I mean? Even have sprinkle in some of those other guys.
Sure.
Maybe even have the hot chick there, but not make her as prominent. You know what I mean?
No, I think you could remove her completely from the equation.
I think you could too. I think you could completely remove her. Maybe even replace her with a dude or somebody who isn't like a love interest.
Like let's say, okay, Gunther, right? The whole reason she was there was for Gunther.
Right.
Maybe Gunther has a brother. That's
or
not
maybe,
crazy.
Or maybe even not really make her a love interest for the main character, but for one of the friends. You know what I mean? Or even something like that. Like, she could still be there, but not as a love interest for him. Because it really took away from those three.
Yeah, I don't even think she has to be a love interest. What if she, what if she was just a friend? What if she was just a friend that everybody knew?
Yeah.
They were all friends since they were kids.
Yeah,
and they were
something
all
like
just
that.
friends.
Yeah,
I mean,
even that would work for me. But as long as they concentrated more on those three, and then maybe Peter Dinklage died off a little bit later than he did, because, let's face it, they killed him off pretty much as soon as the succubus showed up.
Yeah.
So, and then kind of after that, bring him back, 15, 20 minutes later for the main battle at the end. And I think that it had more of an impact. And I think the movie would have been more memorable that way.
Sure. I mean, I think you could have taken her out of the equation completely. And maybe, you could have killed him off a little bit later. But I think it lends more to their emotional state, killing him off when they did.
I'm saying, if they would have... Because they could have built those characters up together.
Sure.
More time to do that in the movie before they killed him off.
Sure. And maybe that actually was the original intention. I'll explain that later when we get to trivia. But yeah, that could have been the original intention, actually.
I feel like it was like Peter Dinklage was like, "You're not paying me enough to do this whole movie."
No, that wasn't it at all.
Dude.
I don't like the fact also where when they all went to the van to get the weapons and stuff, why does the main guy Joe think it's a good idea to take off the armor?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
That would be a good thing to have at that point because
you're actually fighting a real demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and okay. And is it just me or it never got old for me. Never did this get old for me. For after the succubus shows up and every time he got scared he threw the foam knife at somebody.
Yeah.
I never even thought that.
After the succubus shows up, and every time somebody scares him, he turns around, he throws the foam knife. That never got old for me. Every time I laughed, it was hilarious.
I just liked it when he threw it at that one guy. Miss.
Miss? What do you mean miss?
That clearly hit you.
He definitely hit you in the chest.
And then he makes it all epic when he dies. Oh! Dude, I've
always wanted to LARP.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I've always wanted to LARP, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can.
I couldn't do it.
I think I'd be one of those people that they would be like, huzzah, and I'd be like,
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have the enthusiasm for it.
I know I don't. I could not hold character.
Yeah.
I think I would try.
I don't think I could.
I've played games where they want you to hold character because, if you've ever played Kobolds Ate My Baby, they want you to talk in your character's voice and stuff.
That's a whole new level of nerd. I'm not ready for
what happened. What was this called?
Kobolds Ate My Baby.
Kobolds ate. What the fuck is that?
You play as a kobold.
What's a kobold?
It's a little lizard person from D&D.
Uh-huh.
Little lizard people eating babies. We got you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm there now.
And there's a storyteller.
I guess I didn't put two and two
tells
together.
The story, and baby, it's like a little. They call it a beer and pretzels game because it's a short little game. Your kobold can die easy and stuff. And the guy tells the story, and you go as the kobold and try to get a baby to eat. Not for yourself, you have to get a baby for King Torg. Which, by the way, every time somebody says King Torg, you all got to go, "Hail King Torg!"
This sounds like a fun drinking game.
I'll have to get the book, and me and you can play it sometime.
Jesus Christ.
Because that's what it is. It's a beer and pretzel game. It's made to be fun.
Is it? Okay, I got you.
And it's a fun game.
So it's like a board game or something?
Yeah, and they want you to talk in the voice and everything.
I don't know. I mean, I want to be one of those people. I'm just not.
I'm not either. I was watching this and I thought, man, I played a lot of D&D back in the day. I was like, but I'm watching this and I'm like,
I can't keep in
I couldn't do no LARP, man. I couldn't do it because I couldn't take it seriously.
No, me neither.
There's no fucking way.
The first time somebody came up to me and was overly in character, I'd be like, fucking tone it down.
Take it back a notch, dude.
Calm down, man.
We are adults, right?
Yeah, like I would not be able to. Oh, no, I would want to. I would want to.
In the doing the game, I have trouble staying in character, and I don't think I'll be able to do it in a LARP. But I would work at it to try to.
I would really want to, but I don't think I could.
I don't think I could do it either. I can play D&D with you all day, man, but you get me out there like dressing up and shit, I could not take that shit seriously. It's just not, I couldn't do it. I'd be laughing at everybody.
I know.
You look like a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? It's my chainmail. You look like a jackass.
Most people who are real into LARP, actually, you're going to tell somebody that they have bad chainmail, it's real chainmail.
I know, but I'm still saying they look like a jackass.
My picture of me.
I think you're going to get killed.
Yeah, I don't think them LARPers gonna like me too much.
No, I think
Where's the beer at? It's not beer here. It's called mead.
I think you're gonna get DED dead.
Joseph's one of the paintballer guys.
Oh, I'm definitely one of the paintballer guys.
Oh no, I'm not one of them.
I am just for fun, dude. They're wearing armor. How much can you hurt them?
Like, as much as I hate her, I think I'm more like the love interest. Like, I'm there, but like, I don't want to be.
I'm just here because I gotta be.
Yeah, like I would want to. I
don't know. There were some pretty parts where she did a lot, and it's like you can.
She was kind of a badass, yeah.
Yeah, you come on. The way there were some points where she did stuff, and I was like, "There's no way you're just there because Gunther is." There is no way because come on, you're doing backflips and stuff. You're going to tell me that you're enjoying yourself a little bit.
Yeah, because she even tells me at one point, "Step back, I got this."
And you're not. I'm even, like, yeah, and you're not even there. The part where she's acting all bad and stuff, all cool. Gunther isn't even there. Like, you don't need to act like that, but you still are. It's because you enjoy it a little bit.
Oh, no, definitely. She definitely does.
Also, where in the heck did the paintballers get a RPG? They shoot the fireworks out of it. That is an RPG thing.
You know what? I didn't even think about
but they didn't use the RPG. They just shot fireworks out of it.
You still can't get an RPG tube.
Why not?
I don't think you can buy...
It's probably not real. Maybe it's just
why are you even bringing it?
Maybe it's a paintball RPG.
It doesn't... It's still...
You're going to tell me they don't exist?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe. I know they got grenades.
I know they got...
I don't know if it's a thing or not. You're looking at me like, I'm going to prove you wrong.
No,
like,
I'm not.
I don't know.
No, I'm... That's my...
You're curious?
I'm curious.
If they have a paintball RPG, cool. But I'm just saying... Not people are going to be like, oh, that's a paintball RPG. No, it looks like a real straight-up RPG.
I mean, it does, but...
Why do they got that?
I don't know.
They do have paintball RPGs.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
How much does one cost?
Fuck, I don't know. Hold on.
I want one.
$500.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I think my next purchase is?
Oh, wow. That thing is very realistic.
I actually found on Bud K, they have a little flamethrower for $600.
I don't think you need a flamethrower, bud.
You weren't there with the Super Soaker lighter fluid incident, were you?
I think I was, actually. Whenever you and Ashley were...
Quentin freaked out because I caught the side of my house on fire.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was there for that. I was also there whenever you tried to cook a CD in the microwave.
I don't remember ever
I'm pretty sure you did that.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, not a good idea. Don't do that.
No, I've seen
Don't do that.
It looks cool, though.
Still, I thought you didn't do it.
I don't remember doing it then, but I've done it.
Okay.
It just because it's just real cool how
I've seen videos of people doing it.
Well, you weren't there when I've caught myself on fire. No. There was one time I was burning some fringe on my pants, and I was at the high school, and I went like that because some kids walking by, and I was just sitting there, and I thought, okay, I got that out. And I'm sitting there, and smoke starts coming up. And I went... Saya always makes fun
of me. Oh my god, dude.
I play with a lot of things I shouldn't play with, specifically fire.
Oh my word.
And Matt says, I don't even know why you want me on your podcast.
No, I'm starting to come to the fact that I might be comic relief.
A little bit, yeah. I don't think you understand how much I enjoy being around you. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yup. Okay. So, the last note I even have about this movie, and we can continue talking about it. I'm sure you guys have more notes. But I just loved the heavy metal soundtrack.
I liked it too.
So, and I also loved the subs for the old speech, like at the beginning whenever they first get to the LARPing thing, those two guys are talking, and he's talking like in like that old timey,
Huzzah.
yeah, but he's actually talking about how his lazy ass wife is bitching at him.
Oh yeah,
just sitting her ass on the couch.
And they have, like,
and won't
the
do
subtitles.
Yeah,
and I'm like, he got caught watching porn.
Got
so
caught watching
the
porn.
garage.
Yeah. So
I thought that was funny too. But yeah, my whole thing with the whole ending sequence is it was cool, but at first, why was the guy? No, you got to read the incantation in Anakian, and he sings a song in English, and it's like, what the heck?
That's what I already said.
Yeah,
it didn't make sense.
I don't think it matters what you say, as long as it's what you mean and you sing it, how you sing it. I think you have to sing whatever it is, and all you have to do is sing whatever you want to happen.
That makes no sense, because if you're holding that gem and it's whatever's in your heart, that's dumb.
That thing's going to just blow up then, because that's what you're going to want. You're not going to be like, oh, my friend's going to come down that I didn't even care died.
And what if I can't sing, but I just want a demon to show up?
This is one of those things that I just didn't want to overthink.
I'm just saying, it didn't really make much sense. If the gem is what you need, and you can sing whatever the fuck you want, apparently.
Right.
Why do you need the book? Why was the book?
I mean, I'm just going to put this out there. You picked the movie.
I did, but I didn't remember that whole gem thing.
I didn't remember. I haven't seen this movie since it first came out.
But
so.
see, that's
like, I still love everything about that movie.
I don't love everything. I wouldn't go that far.
Fucking end part with the book.
I have my gripes about the movie. Like, it could have been far better.
The thing I wrote down was bad singing kills monsters, because I don't like that.
I don't understand that.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things about the whole movie, though, is the practical effects for the monster.
Yeah,
I love that because I'm a practical effects guy.
Yeah,
like,
I like practical effects.
Like, one of my
CGI.
all-time favorite movies is The Thing, because of all the practical effects. And I love the dedication that people put into that kind of stuff.
Yep, okay.
So that monster at the end was, I mean, I know it looked like it was definitely a guy in a suit, but it was still cool as fuck. Like,
we need more practical effects in
movies.
Also,
one of the things that the reason I rated the movie like I did is because at the end bothers me. Okay, and that's the thing that happens in a lot of movies. Basically, they do a 6-month, here's 6 months later, and all these things are happening. I want to know what happened to there are 50 to 100 people dead.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. There's no investigation.
Giant slaughter. And these guys are the only ones alive? Sounds like your LARPing got a little too real, dude.
And that's one of my things is I want to make a horror movie.
I actually know what the answer is to that.
Oh, well, I want to make a horror movie where the survivor at the end just ends up in a institution for the criminally insane.
There's movies like that.
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember which ones they
You're
are.
Next is one of them.
What?
You're Next.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It's a good movie.
I don't think I've seen all.
The Chucky one with the
Chucky.
daughter, she ends up in
but
fucking
Curse
insane
of Chucky.
asylum. Yeah, Curse
What
of
I'm
Chucky.
saying, but there's very few of them, and it's like these people.
It was a whole trope in the '90s, though.
I'm just saying. With this, somebody.
I'm just saying, I can name.
We can name quite a few.
Okay, well, I don't watch as many horror movies as you guys do. Okay,
it's not just horror movies. There's other.
I'm just kind of upset.
They blamed the paintball guys because they were the ones that showed up.
Oh yeah, they ended up dead. That makes sense, I guess. Then.
Yeah, but one of them was a cop.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
We blame cops for everything nowadays. You think that really matters?
But no, I did not know. See, they should have said that. The cops were blamed for at the end.
They didn't say that. I'm assuming.
Oh. She's like, they didn't. I'm just letting you know that this is what it is.
This is where I'm going with it.
It makes sense that they would blame it on the guys, but yeah, that's just my...
They were complete dicks, so they must have did it.
50 to 100 people dead, no one cares. That was the thing.
And there's no evidence of the demon.
Yeah.
And also, even if there was, they're going to be like, oh, it wasn't a demon, I'm sure.
Well, they honestly could argue it because I'm sure that a lot of the attacks look like animal attacks.
His ex-girlfriend's fingerprints are going to be all over everything.
I don't think it happens to where just because she looks like her. Because I think the only reason she looked like her was because of the picture.
Because of the picture.
So I don't think like she gets the fingerprints.
Maybe they wouldn't have that kind of detail.
Yeah. Right. And even if they would, I don't think they would have put that in the movie because then, yeah.
Well, no, but it would have been funny if she got hemmed up for it.
That's kind of like whenever. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember. Right at Chucky, they said it's because this is one of the things that really drove me nuts about that movie. Whenever those kids were on the run and Chucky and they hear over the radio they hear over the radio, oh, the prints have come back from the murder scenes, and they belong to a long time thought to be dead Charles Lee Ray. I'm like, how are you getting fingerprints from a doll?
And also, that would be tinier.
Though.
Because he's turning more human.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that like the more human he gets, the less doll.
I still don't see that though. You know what I mean? He's still a fucking doll.
I'm just telling you.
Like, how's he got finger?
How does he get pregnant?
I mean, they have a doll child.
Yeah, that's my point.
How do you explain fingerprints? How do you explain fingerprints though? Okay, we're on the wrong.
How do you explain a doll fucking another doll and getting her pregnant and her having a baby?
That's true. I guess he doesn't really have any of that.
I can explain fingerprints a lot easier than I can explain two dolls fucking and having a baby.
That's true.
How do you? Well, how do you explain two dogs
movies though?
I'm just saying.
How do you explain two dolls effing? They don't have the junk and stuff that they need unless he's drew a little penis.
No, didn't he explain that something about he was anatomically correct? They do make baby dolls with anatomically correct business.
Yeah, but how did you...
Yeah, but I doubt it was a little buddy
cut
doll
it or something. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
Again, I can explain fingerprints a lot easier than I can explain that business.
You got a point there.
Just saying.
I guess that shouldn't be the biggest
wrong movie.
Yeah, not that movie.
Side tangent.
Yeah. Anyway, so what else you guys got for notes? Is that it, or?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, I think that's all I had too.
I mean, the movie itself isn't that bad. It's a good movie. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's got good gore. It's got really good gore. I like the actor,
and it's not overly gory.
I like the actor, the Ryan Quanten or whatever.
I did too. I like him.
I like him. I liked him in True Blood.
I never watched True Blood. It's the only thing I've ever seen him in.
Really, you've never watched? Oh, I figured you'd be a True Blood fan.
It's really good.
Of the vampires and stuff.
It's like Twilight on crack.
I fucking never watched Twilight.
I know Twilight sucks, but this is like Twilight on crack.
So stupidity on crack is...
No. Like, it's the whole, I'm talking about the whole love thing and all that stuff, and like the human with the... Actually, it turns out she's not even a human; she's a fairy. Turns out, so...
Sounds like a soap opera.
It is.
It is at times, but it's also got Joe Manganiello, and he's awesome. He also plays D&D, by the way.
Yes, I know.
He's got an entire basement dedicated to D&D.
He actually gamed with, I think it was The Big Show.
Oh yeah, he's also.
And I seen a thing where The Big Show walks into his game room and he goes, "Wow, I spent my money on the wrong stuff."
Yeah, he actually games with a lot of big Hollywood types.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? He's got a bunch of people that he games with from Hollywood.
He's got his own clothing line.
Death Saves.
Is it Death Saves?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got on his website and wanted to buy some of his merch before, but dude, it is expensive.
I didn't.
It's like $60 for a T-shirt. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I didn't really like. I looked at it and I was like, I'm not really interested in any of this. I'm not that big of a D&D guy.
I'm not either, but I would have done it just because I like Joe Manganiello and I like D&D.
I like his wife. I think she's funny.
Yeah.
I like her in Modern Family. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, Modern Family. She was also in Four Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Four Brothers. Are you talking about the one with
Mark Wahlberg and
where was she in? I need to watch.
She was the girlfriend of Tyrese.
Okay, well, I need to watch the movie again because I haven't seen it in a while.
She's a very, very special person, and by special I mean she's very attractive.
Who is this?
What's her name?
Sophia Vergara.
Vergara.
Dude, Jeremiah cannot stand her.
Why? Because of her voice?
Yeah, when she talks, he says he just wants to puncture his eardrums.
I don't think that's her real voice.
It is, though.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think she's hot.
You ever heard her mean tweet?
Uh-uh.
That's what I always think of when he says he wants to puncture his eardrums. Her mean tweet that she read says, Sophia Vergara, whenever she talks, sounds like she's got a dick in her mouth. She said, "What's wrong with something like you have a dick in your mouth?"
Oh, I see that, yeah. Yeah, she was like, "What's wrong with that?"
Hey, you've seen her husband, right? Like, he's like one of the sexiest men alive,
He's gonna be
dude.
so pissed that I talk like that.
Yeah. He's like, I hope you're just talking about my dick.
No,
I don't know. He's got a pretty good personality.
No,
dude.
it's going to be more like, now I can't listen to you talk. He's going to want to puncture his eardrums when he hears that.
All right, so I suppose that can kind of wrap up the movie talk here. Let's jump into ratings here. So I would say let's go ahead and go into what everybody here is going to give the movie out of 1 out of 10. Let's start with Matt. I'm super excited to see what Tarantino has to say.
I know. I was, like I said earlier, I was going to give it a 6. But the part that 50 to 100 people died, no one cares, really bugs me. So I give it a 5.
Okay. So a 5 out of 10.
But and like I said, I rate movies low, but it was a movie that kept my attention, kept me watching. And that's what really matters with it. I enjoyed it. I would watch it again.
I love that you think that a 5 out of 10 is good.
Oh, no, it's not by any else. But, I mean, most movies are dude, you would not like the way I rate movies.
No, it's all right. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. There's a lot of flaws to this movie, and I mean, like, the CG isn't good. The practical effects aren't even that great. You can obviously tell they're not that great. But it is very much a low budget film.
5 is mainly what keeps my attention.
Right.
And that's the big part of a movie to me anymore, is it keeps my attention.
Okay. All right, so Karen, what do you rank this movie? 1 out of 10.
6.
A 6. All right, well.
Movie, for me, and makes it or breaks it. I don't understand the just holding the gem and singing.
Because
why you need the book and why the book was such a big fucking deal.
The DM guy even said you have to speak Enochian. No, you don't. Apparently.
Well, no, he meant you have to speak Enochian to speak or to read
from the book.
From the book. Yeah. But my point is that this whole book was spells to either bring demons into the earth or get rid of them. So how the fuck do you know what songs are going to bring a demon into the world or get rid of one? You know what I mean? If you don't have the book, like, how did he know that song was going to get rid of the fucking demon? You know what I mean? Like, it didn't...
I understand.
It didn't explain it. Like, if there was a better explanation, if you could have said, like, you know, whoever holds the gem, it's what's in their heart, or, you know what I mean? Like... Right. You know, if there was some kind of poem that they said at the beginning that you thought linked to the book, but it actually links to the person holding the gem, like, and you had that moment, like, okay, sure, I'll buy it. But I love the movie. The first time I watched it, I had great memories, and I was like so excited to watch it this time. And I watched it, and I loved everything once again. And then it got to the end, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, so I'm going to give it a 6.
All right. So a 6 from Karen and a 5 from Matt. My score, I don't know, man. This movie, like, it starts out really good. Mm-hmm. It starts out with the 3 friends, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's a buddy movie. You know what I mean?
And I want to live in a castle.
And
she give him shit about living in a castle. Bitch, I want to live in a castle with my friends.
Who the fuck hates a guy for living in a castle?
I want to live in a castle.
She says your friend's accidental millions. How did he, like, what?
Who gives a fuck? He lives in a castle. I don't care how he got there.
They don't even explain it yet.
I would like to know, like, what he do to accidentally get $1 million, though. Like, because he had to have made, because, like, he makes weapons. And then she said accidental. So apparently, I'm wondering if, like, did he make a game or something that just sold really well?
No, because that's not accidental. I'd say maybe an accident.
He probably got ran over by a bus.
Say like a lawsuit of some kind.
Oh, you think it's a lawsuit?
Could be.
Yeah, I bet he got hit by a city bus or something.
But that's neither here nor there.
Sorry, I just happened to think of that.
But that's one of my biggest gripes is it starts out like a buddy comedy, and it's awesome. Like it could have made the movie so much better if it would have just stayed that way throughout the whole movie. But once they get to the LARPing thing, it really kills it.
Even reads it like that.
Yeah,
it reads it like it's a buddy
comedy. Like it's a buddy comedy. And whenever they get to the LARPing thing, they just kind of split up. Like, you see more interaction between Peter Dinklage and the main character at first. And then it switches tune, and you see a little bit of interaction between the main character and Steve Zahn. Is that his name? Steve Zahn. Steve Zahn's character.
And then him.
And then from there,
Every time I see him, I think of Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
I want a big Montana.
That's like his best movie, though, Saving Silverman.
I've seen that movie. I used to borrow that movie from Andy's parents all the time, just watch it constantly.
That movie was great. Though. God damn, that's a good fight. I haven't seen that one in forever, dude. That is a good movie. Anyway, so from there, I kind of felt like, you know, if they would have just left the whole love story, like I said, out, it would have been really good, and concentrated more on these three friends.
Yeah,
I think it would have been great, even with the shitty effects and all that stuff, because that stuff really didn't bother me, because I love the metal soundtrack. I loved a lot of things about it. I can get past the low budgetry of it. You know what I mean? Like, I can get past that, because a lot of good movies have been made on low budgets. Look at the Boondock Saints.
And it sort of even lends to the aesthetic of the movie, really.
Yeah, it really does. I mean? Like, oh man, we got to make all these fucking weapons. Yeah, but they're foam. How much could they cost?
Well, that, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, it lends to that whole like LARPing, you know, experience or whatever. Everybody makes their own stuff, so it lends to that kind of aesthetic of the whole movie.
Nerf weapon.
Right.
Because Nerf makes.
I'm sure they do too. They buy Nerf weapons.
Yeah, I mean, I know people that do that, and they just spray paint them and make them look. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd just buy something that has the shape that I want, and then Nerf, and then paint it the way I want it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That really killed it for me. I don't think the love interest was necessary. I think that at the end the lesson should have been that he realized that the people that truly cared about him were right in front of his face the whole time. One of those sort of lessons, you know. I think that would have made the movie.
It's like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, like right.
I'm not big on.
I'm not big on it either, but it would have shown the sheer the tightness in that group of friends. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is I get so tired of movies having to have a love interest in them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't.
Not every movie. Has
it doesn't have to be
somebody
that.
falling in love.
Right. It doesn't have to be that.
Like even close to like.
And honestly, there's not a lot of movies like that anymore. Like, there are sometimes.
They're starting to slow down.
They're slowing down on that because they're like, okay, the love interest thing is kind of boring. It's been done 100,000 times. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is just a movie that kind of fell victim to that. And, you know, it is what it is. But, I don't know. For me, I think my score would have to fall. It's going to be fairly low. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to give it probably a 5.5. I'm going to have to fall between you guys because it's not a good movie, but it's not bad either. It's good, but it's not bad.
We're all on the same to call me Tarantino.
Well, I love the metal.
I think the 0.5 is like I don't know. I just can't do that.
What do you mean?
Like when you go 1.5 or 2.5, like I just can't fall in between. It's like
it's either one or the other.
Yeah, it's one.
I'm pretty much saying 1 out of 20.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You want me to score it? I'll give it a 5.
There you go.
A 5. I got to go down on it.
Put fucking wishy-washy in it.
No, you don't like my 0.5. Fine, fuck you. I'm getting a 5.33.
Go fucking nuts.
5.33.
Freak.
5.333333.
Why don't we just go pi 3.14? Jesus.
So, all right, I'll give it a 5.
Like this.
Me and Joseph arguing for 2 hours.
No, not just that. I really hope people like this podcast because I just see a lot of people being like, "Those guys are weird."
Yeah. So what of it? We are sorry. Our pronouns are weird. Yeah.
Fucking pronouns.
Weird and nerdy.
Oh God.
Are we still going to do that thing with it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you fight it with. It's a pronoun thing.
It's a fucking pronoun thing, man.
It's a pronoun thing.
If you don't like our podcast, it's a pronoun thing.
I don't like your 0.5 because that's my pronoun.
No, Joseph. If they don't like
the 0.5 would have been my pronoun, but you didn't like my pronoun.
We can agree to disagree, but I don't like it because it's my pronoun.
if they don't like the podcast, they're racist or sexist.
I identify as a pronoun. I had no good comebacks. Pronoun.
We're just gonna start guessing out of that.
I don't.
Pronoun.
Yeah, every time you don't have a good comeback.
Yeah, like pronoun.
Fuck you, pronoun. Good Lord.
Oh boy. And you thought it died off, people. It didn't.
Never dies.
It'll be 30 episodes, 150 episodes from now, and it'll be like pronoun.
It'll be our thing.
Our thing. We should have just named the podcast
Pronoun.
Bonsai's Pronoun Crew.
Well, we didn't come up with it till like episode 3. So.
I know. No, it was episode 1. Oh,
no,
pronouns?
No.
Yeah, the pronouns.
Oh, pronouns. Yeah, it was episode 3. Yeah.
What do you think I was?
Pronouns.
Oh my god.
God damn it. Pronouns. God damn it. All right. So that brings our total, I guess, to like what, a 5.25. Or no. It'd have been a 5.75. I don't fuck. Who cares?
It's an average 5.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because she said 6, me and you said 5. We're just going to go with average 5.
No, it's just best out of 3. It was a 5. Oh wait, pronoun.
Oh my god.
Fuck, man, you guys got me confused, man. All right, anyway, moving on. All right, so we did ratings, and let's go ahead and check out some of those intranet I haven't even looked at this one. I can't wait to see what this one says.
I think it's just funny to see me and you arguing and Karen over here just
shaking her head.
I'm not shaking my head.
Okay.
Looking at this amazing microphone.
That's red. That ain't gold. That's red.
I told you that.
You didn't tell me it was red.
Hey, how come he gets a red one?
Yours
Red's
is
my
red
color.
too.
Karen,
Lift up on the phone thing.
Oh, I see.
They're all the
it.
same mics.
Oh, okay. I'm happy
Okay,
now.
so do you guys want to guess these, or have you already looked at them?
No, I didn't.
No, I haven't looked at them.
I don't mess with anybody else's segments. Okay.
I try not to look at it unless I'm like looking for like a certain actor or something.
Right, okay.
Other than that, I don't look at
All right. Well, you want to take the first guess as to this is 16 critic reviews.
Are you doing okay? So critics first.
2. 16 reviews. So, what do you think, Matt?
Critics probably gave it, I'm gonna say 35.
I'm going 20.
Whoa. You're both wrong. Very wrong. They give it a 63%.
Really?
Yeah, they really like the movie, I guess. Here, we'll just read you a quick critic review here.
Have you been hearing about Amazon buying ratings now, though?
I believe that a lot of people do that.
They're buying ratings for their Rings of Power show. They've been paying.
Have they?
And stuff have been saying it's higher.
Okay, so here I'll give you one bad one good one. These are the top 2 reviews, the very first ones I run into. Okay, so the first one is it's a positive review. Elvin or okay, I don't know why the E is like even while it's apparently not what its creators intended. Knights of Badassdom is perfectly enjoyable in a low-key way with sharp performances and a high endless string of cameos. Or nigh endless string of cameos. Okay, there's not really that many cameos, but okay.
No, I was going to say.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
Like Brian Posehn being the biggest one for me. Okay, this is a negative review. This movie about live-action role players, or LARPers, men and women who act out.
People don't know what that
means.
Right.
Yeah. Men and women who act out Dungeons and Dragons in real settings in costumes. Is so haphazard it might have been thought up during a game of Mad Libs. That is the stupidest fucking review. Shut the fuck up.
What do you got
That doesn't make
against
any sense.
LARPers, man?
I don't know. That guy just acted like he don't like D&D. I played football in high school and we beat those guys up.
So let me just ask this question: if you're not into what the movie is about,
Right.
Why would you watch
LARPers,
it?
D&D, all that stuff,
Then it's
why the
automatically
fuck
a bad
are you even watching it?
why even bother? Okay, so
I hate nerds. Let me watch a
fucking
nerd
hate
movie.
nerds. I'm gonna watch this movie so I can bash the shit out of it. God. Okay, so you guys want to? Okay, so
See, that's one of the problems with people nowadays is they think that their voice needs to be heard.
well,
Ours does.
I was gonna say we're doing it right now.
Yeah, but we're like usually we don't say just bad stuff.
We're
about
cooler
bad
than most people.
Yeah.
Pronouns.
It's just,
My
what I'm
pronoun
saying
is pretty cool.
Is like what I'm saying though is like these people go in here and they just say bad stuff just to say bad stuff.
That's critics, man. They're harsh on everything. They're pretentious pricks, man. This is why whenever I look at anytime I'm looking at reviews and ratings for a movie, I'm usually looking at the audience scores.
To be fair, though, we've only ever really been nice to one movie.
Which one?
Grandma's Boy.
No, not true, because we really liked House on a Hill from 1959.
I don't really think we're being nice or mean.
I think we're just indifferent.
What we're
on some
doing is I
movies.
think we're just poking fun of the movies.
And I think that's the best way to talk about a movie.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying. You're saying that they don't give good reviews and they're pretentious.
You got a point, I guess. We did give this movie a 5. Like, we both gave it a 5.
That's
so, and they I mean, their aggregate is at a 63%, which is about where Karen technically is. She's at a 6 on it.
Well, because any movie nowadays.
So you guys are more pretentious than me.
Yeah, Tarantino. See how I turned that around on him? I made it look like I'm changing mine to 6.
I'm going to tell you something. You spent too much on microphones because this keeps going on. You're only going to need 2.
That's okay. I'll just have a really good guess, Mike. Man's like, fuck you, man.
He's got nothing. Pronouns.
Pronouns. I love you, Matt.
I can't tell.
Whatever, dude. All right. So do you guys want to guess the audience score? This is out of 2,500 plus reviews.
I'm going to go with audience score is usually a little higher, so now I'm going to say it stayed in the 60s. 60.
What do you got, Matt?
I'm going to say probably around the 60s, 70s. Like high 60s, maybe.
164.
Okay. 64, what do you got?
High 60s.
You got to give me a number, man.
Yeah.
66. 69.
Oh.
The old 69.
The old 69.
You're both very wrong. 37%.
Really?
Damn, the critics
You guys should have swapped.
higher?
Yeah, you guys should have swapped.
Holy
The
shit.
critics and the audience.
Man, these
scores.
people are assholes.
See, that's why I don't listen to either of them, because I have seen so many movies that both people have said they're bad.
I'm not gonna sit back and say like this is a fucking gem or anything,
No,
but it's also not a 37%.
Everything
movie.
about the movie is like good.
Except for it's a little low budget.
Things
low
and,
budget,
you know.
Yeah, no, I will say it does not deserve a 36. It deserves a little higher. It deserves higher than that.
Okay, you guys want to hear some 1-star reviews?
Yeah.
This one's from April 22nd,
I watched
2024.
5 episodes and
that
has got to be my favorite.
It's you know what it is? It's all cheerleaders and football players.
My favorite review that we've ever done is I was 5 episodes in. What the fuck
are
are
you
you
watching?
watching? That has got to be my favorite.
That's why I read the whole thing and I'm like, hold on, 5 episodes in. Like, what are
Yeah,
you
I was the
watching?
one.
You read 5 episodes and I said, what?
And then you caught me and I'm like, hold on, you're right. What the hell is he talking about?
And that's when I was like, I think he's talking about that show.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's from 2014. This is a 1-star review. One of the most purely unamusing films. This is a long one. I have seen in quite a while. One of those mindlessly fun films that leaves you feeling sick, vacant, older, and slightly ashamed. What? The attitude of LARPing is sneeringly condescending, as though devised by...
Stop.
You read it. I told you I'm not a good reader.
I don't need to hear this.
They're just long words.
One of the most purely unamusing films I have seen in quite a while. One of those mindlessly fun films that leaves you feeling sick, vacant, older, and slightly ashamed. The attitude of LARPing is sneeringly condescending, as though devised by derisory frat boys. The talented comic actors Zahn and Dinklage are wasted on a script free of laughs. Quentin is hopelessly miscast as a supposed rock fan couch potato. He still looks like he does 3 hours of CrossFit to David Guetta every day. I don't know how to say that last name. The horror elements are rubbery and amateur without being endearingly campy, and the body count is unpleasantly high.
I don't know about
The
you.
fuck does that mean?
I like high body counts.
It's too nasty to be a comedy. It's not scary enough to be horror. It's too unkind to be a tribute to anything, and it contains some of the worst movie metal I have ever heard.
Fuck you.
Guaranteed to make any true believer's ears crawl off his head and down the nearest toilet. Avoid it like the Black Plague.
What's this girl's name? Because I think she
You
just
say
needs to
girl?
go back to...
Who said it was
Charles
a girl?
Me.
Her name is Charles.
Well, he just needs...
Her name is Charles.
Well, he just needs to go back to cheerleader camp and stop watching...
Okay, first of all...
I don't care, but that was a very entertaining review.
The body count is too low? Or too high? He said too high?
Yeah, too high.
And then... Okay, so, like... He did kind of have a good point with the whole... You know, it's too much of this... Or too less of this to be horror and too much of this to be.
He has a point there.
And I can explain that too.
I straight up look at it as a comedy.
It's more comedy than horror for sure. Yeah.
Well, see, because when I like, you know how people do the things. Oh, it's a comedy horror. I always gotta know it's either comedy, horror, suspense, or I only go with one word.
Sure,
things.
but there are some movies that fit very neatly into both. Like Krampus.
Right, yeah.
Krampus is a horror comedy. Like, there are some things in there that are legit terrifying.
There are some... I
don't know.
I wouldn't call that a horror comedy. I wouldn't call Krampus a horror comedy.
I would call that a horror. I wouldn't call it a comedy. I'd call it straight trash.
Okay,
I agree.
I don't think it was straight trash, but I think that Krampus was more of a Christmas horror, is what it is.
Sure, but there were some legit funny parts.
Maybe, but I think that it was.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It does lean.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't lean into any comedy really.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the funniest part was the uncle.
Okay,
dude.
Gremlins.
Yeah, that would be horror comedy.
Yeah,
I would consider that horror comedy.
Mm-hmm. Gremlins?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I figured comedy.
Especially the first one. It's definitely a horror comedy.
The first one's got some legit terrifying things.
Yeah, the second one maybe not so much, more of a comedy. It's more of a comedy.
Oh yeah, the second one's definitely.
But the first one definitely more of a horror comedy.
Yeah.
But I see where they're coming from.
Fucking
with calling it
Mrs. Dinklage fucking flying out that window.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of that shit's fucking scary.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even the part
the fucking science guy.
Yeah, and the part in the store actually.
Oh yeah.
At the end, the final thing at the end was very
as a kid,
horror.
like you see that thing fucking melting, and you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was actually pretty freaky. Yeah, that was good.
I need to watch Gremlins again because I was planning on showing it to my niece.
I would not.
I would maybe show her. You can show her the second. You could probably show her the second.
The second one's hilarious.
Yeah, the second one's great.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's as good as the first, but it is still great.
Yeah.
The first just has its certain charms.
The first has got some legit scary.
Yeah. Well, see, because when I was a kid, that was when I saw Gremlins for the first time.
We all did, but we had bigger balls.
Yeah, I was gonna say back then we were. Dude, I grew up on Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I mean? Like
we didn't have PG-13
yeah.
until we were like 15 years old.
Yeah, PG-13 didn't mean shit to us. No. You know what is that?
Yeah, you had PG and don't watch.
Yeah, exactly.
And our parents went, "Don't watch. I don't give a fuck. You're not in my way."
Yeah.
Like my mom let me watch Bachelor Party when I was like 5.
Yeah, I grew up watching
a fucking donkey show and this fucking donkey snorting cocaine off of a fucking table at 5 years old.
What the hell are you watching?
Bachelor Party.
It's an old comedy movie.
I don't remember that one.
You never watched that fucking movie? We're gonna watch that.
But I gotta say, dude, we grew up on Nightmare on Elm Street and shit, dude. Yeah. The only time I had to turn my head, and that's even if they were paying attention, is if there were boobs on the screen. And even then, they weren't paying attention.
Yeah,
so I was like, there's boobs.
I didn't watch. My mom's not into like real different movies, so I didn't see like all this stuff.
Our parents really just didn't believe in censorship.
Yeah,
but
they didn't.
I did have a big brother, big sister. It was what big brother, big sister thing is. That were surprised that my parents let me see White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, but those people that do those things are like very, very white collar. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we go to church and we're good kids.
Their name were Chuck and Shirley. They're pretty cool.
Chuck and Shirley. Those are very white people fucking names. Chuck and Shirley. All right.
That you're profiling.
I don't care, dude. Chuck and Shirley sound like a couple of rapists.
Is wrong.
They sound like child predators. They sound like child predators.
No, they were cool. They were nice people, man.
I'm sure.
Like they didn't.
They give you candy. Did you get in their van?
I used to go to their house every weekend.
In their van?
Oh. They introduced me to the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, they're creepy. I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just fucking around. All right, let's move on to trivia.
This was before this was before Big Brothers and Big Sisters got outed as like the people that
Hold on, outed as what?
Sexual predators.
Oh,
no,
for
really?
fuck's sake.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I was just saying some shit.
There was a lot.
Yeah, I thought you were too. That was a real
there's
thing.
Been a lot of them that have been outed as kind of child predators.
Doesn't surprise me.
When I was in it, they were generally nice people.
They were Catholics, weren't they?
No.
That's profiling.
I don't even know.
They're the ones who started it, not me.
I don't even know if Chuck and Shirley were actually religious, but they were. What I'm just saying is they were nice people who wanted to help my mom, so they came and got, because they had more money than my family, and they had kids too. Their kids were adults, but they were nice people.
So that's why they didn't like him anymore? Because they grew up?
Because they wanted to help kids who were troubled.
He's gonna hit you.
I'm just Let's move on to trivia, man. All right, we're gonna jump into the trivia stuff and take it away, Karen.
There's not much, honestly.
I believe it.
Yeah, there really is not. So the cast had to go through LARP sessions before filming began.
That sounds awesome.
That does sound pretty awesome. Wait, you're telling me we have to go out here and pretend?
Isn't that our
so we
job?
can go pretend? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so they had to go through LARP sessions and learn how LARPing works and how people create characters and how they get points.
They all did this?
All of them.
So
all of them.
I want to know if this was post or pre Peter Dinklage being in Game of Thrones.
Oh, this was made before Game of Thrones. So yeah,
definitely.
it would have been before Game
Okay,
of Thrones.
because before that, the only thing I remember Peter Dinklage from was Death at a Funeral. Which he was awesome in.
Did you know he was in both?
Yeah, I know. He was in the...
and he played the same character.
I know.
Both. That's
I remember.
Great. Anyway, so this is the best part about this piece of trivia, though. Peter Dinklage was the only one that was any good at it.
I believe that.
Steve Zahn was second at being any good at it. Which fits their characters, because they were the only two that were into it.
And the only two that... Well, they were also the only two that were like... They've got the real acting comedic chops.
Yeah, for
you know what
sure.
I mean?
Well, Ronnie.
Ronnie, the guy who plays Ronnie.
And also Jimmy Simpson.
Yeah, and also the guy that plays who's the Indian dude, Indian-looking dude.
Oh, Danny Pudi.
He's in a bunch of stuff. Man. He's in Community. He's in that show with the guy from.
In the morning.
He's what's the name? It's on Apple Television. It's got the guy from Always Sunny. Fuck. He's the video game creator, but he's in that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's called something Quest, but it's about the guy who created like the World of Warcraft / game.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he's in that too. So, and he plays kind of that same character, that kind of pretentious nerd kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretentious in
this
movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Danny Pudi, he plays the character Lando. And it's kind of funny. His co-star in Community, Donald Glover.
Awesome.
Went on to play Lando.
Yeah.
In the Star Wars. It was like Han Solo or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that he played Lando and his co-star played Lando.
That's the best trivia you got?
That's the second one. Now
by the way, Donald Glover rules.
Yes, he does.
He's a triple threat.
Find out where these people are finding trivia. There's a little thing on like the little that says trivia.
A lot of websites, if you go look it up a movie.
There's all kinds of places.
You can find it on IMDb.
Yeah,
just all kinds of shit.
Yeah. A lot of things in the movies are music references. King Diamond is a reference to Kim B. Peterson, better known as King Diamond, lead vocalist of Merciful Fate. Another refers to himself as King Carey, reference to the Slayer guitarist Carey King.
Huh.
The Battle of Evermore is a Led Zeppelin song, and the Temple of Syrinx is a reference to the song 2112 by Rush.
Yeah! I fucking knew it. I love that fucking album, dude.
And the final piece of trivia is going to explain a lot of the parts of why we didn't like the movie.
Oh.
So the film is actually disowned by Joe Lynch, the director.
Oh, really?
He fucking hates this movie.
Huh.
Because it was heavily re-edited by Indivest. I can't read my own fucking handwriting. Indivest. His biggest problem, his number one problem was that they removed too much of the horror. It was supposed to be more horror-laden than it came out to be. It was really supposed to be like, 50-50. It was supposed to
give us a director's cut then, man.
That's a whole thing. Like everybody keeps saying, fine, you didn't like it, then give us your cut.
Yeah, give us a director's cut.
And it's never come out. So, that's a lot of people's, comeback is like, okay, fine, you want to disown the film, that's cool, but give us what you got.
Yeah, right.
And so far nothing. But he says that his cut had 50-50 comedy horror, and his cut, a lot of the bitches that people have about the movie.
Right.
He says his cut didn't have like the,
But he's not going to show us.
Right. My bitch about the ending. His ending wasn't like that. Like his ending was different. shit like that, any bitch that somebody comes up with for the movie, he's got something to say, like
one of those guys, huh?
Yeah, so like, I don't know. Anyway, maybe he's right, but if he is, then bring it, buddy.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see it.
That's like the Snyder Cut. People bitch and complain.
Yeah, if you've got a better version of this movie, we would love to see it because we want it.
Yeah.
We like the movie enough that we would love to see the perfect
better version. Yeah, a better version of it.
Yeah, so that's it for the trivia. I told you there was not much of trivia at all.
Well, it is what it is, but I don't know. I think that if the dude's gonna sit here and talk smack about his own fucking movie, give us a director's cut.
Yeah.
Don't sit back, dude. Snyder cut that bitch.
Like if I liked something enough to put my name on it and then go fuck that movie, like I'm gonna do anything I can to save it.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's got my fucking name on it.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's cool, I guess.
It is what it is. So not a lot of trivia this week, which kind of sucks. It's going to shorten us up a little bit on time, but that's all right. They don't all have to be 2 hours, I suppose.
1 hour and 35 minutes. That's pretty short. That's like we usually
20 minutes.
Leave it.
Yeah,
it's usually about 20 minutes, but we still got next week. So next week, Matt, what are we watching next week?
We are watching
Alita Battle Angel?
Yeah. Alita Battle Angel. I forgot the first name.
Let me give you a slight synopsis. Let me look this one up here real quick.
Yeah, I totally forgot you got to it. I was like,
you want me to do it?
I got you. I got
you
this.
You got it?
I got this.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie. I enjoy it. But it's got its parts.
Is it with one L or two L's?
I think
I'm already there.
I got it. So you can watch this, or you can rent this on Apple TV, or stream it on Fubo.
Jesus Christ,
Fubo
2
TV?
Hours.
What is that?
Is it a 2 hour movie?
2 hours and 2 minutes.
It is kind of a long movie, I guess.
Fuck me.
So Alita Battle Angel. Let me look up the. Okay, so it is rated PG-13. Science fiction, mystery, and thriller action adventure. Directed by Robert Rodriguez. So, stars Rosa Salazar, Christoph Waltz, which I love, Jennifer Connelly, which is also a big name, Mahershala Ali, he's awesome, Ed Skrein, Jackie Earle Haley, and a bunch of other fucking people. So, this movie was made in 2019, sorry. So it's only a few years old. So next week we'll be talking about Alita Battle Angel. If you want to check it out with us or sit in on the podcast, I would suggest checking this movie out if you already haven't.
It's a pretty good, like I said, I like it. I think it's...
Well, let's not give too much away with it.
I'm just saying I like it.
So,
how dare you?
How dare you? I can give you a quick synopsis. When Alita awakens with no memory of who she is in a future world she does not recognize, she is taken by Edo. Is it Edo?
I think it might be Edo. I don't remember how it's pronounced. Like I said, I haven't really watched it in a little while.
A compassionate doctor who realizes that somewhere in this abandoned cyborg shell is the heart and soul of a young woman with an extraordinary past. So it's a good flick. It's got a lot of action, heavy CGI, but check it out and come join us with the anime eyes on her face. and I like and we'll talk about the. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Honestly, a lot of people had gripes about it, but I liked it.
I like the way.
I've never heard of this.
You might like it. Honestly, it's a good action flick. Really, it's not foolproof. It's got its flaws. But come check it out with us next week. And remember, we now have Twitter. And again, that is at bonsai_crew. Check us out on Twitter, and we will try to be active on there. We're new to this whole Twitter thing, so...
they will. I won't be active on it.
Me and Karen will try to do what we can to stay in contact and do what we can. So if you know
I'll be
us...
honest, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I don't either.
Because I know if I'm going to be on it, it's just going to end up being Matt. You guys are going to... Matt, why are we banned?
Why are we banned? What did you do? I didn't like what this guy had to say.
Fire and something.
So check us out on there, and I'm still working. I'm going to get the Facebook up. And like I always say, man, share this on your Facebook or your Twitter or whatever you're listening to us on. And remember, we're on Spotify, and we're going to be starting up the YouTube thing so that we can post our... And maybe even we'll do a video from here from time to time if everybody's down for it. Yeah, it has to be a trifecta of everybody's agreed with on, so not everybody likes cameras in their face, man. But check us out next week when we talk about Alita Battle Angel, and we'll check you all. That's my fuck you pronouns.
Jesus.
Pronouns.
At the end, you always do that. Like, there's always at least a...
I can never just go like, this is the end, bye.
Have a wonderful week.
Yeah, just have a good week, and remember, if you're listening to us at work, have a good fucking day at work. If you're listening to us at home, please don't kill your kids. Just listen to our soothing voices.
Soothing. Mm-hmm.
Soothing.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Until next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.